Several decisions were taken at the Cabinet meeting held on the 26th of July 2022. The Cabinet approved the rules for the conduct of Departmental Examinations 2022. Through this, the examinations for IAS probationers of the Assam-Meghalaya Joint Cadre, which were previously conducted by the Assam Public Service Commission, will now be conducted by the MPSC with examination centers in Meghalaya.
Khasi and Garo language will also be there. So these kind of options will be there for the conduct of these departmental exams. And as I said earlier, these are for the IAS probationers of the Assam-Meghalaya Joint Cadre, and those allotted to Meghalaya segment will be having departmental exams in Meghalaya. So this is not an IAS exam that we're talking about. We're talking about the IAS probationers. So earlier they used to have the exams in Assam.
The Cabinet has also approved the proposal for grouping of posts carrying the same scale of pay with similar qualifications in one advertisement.
The Cabinet has decided to group the posts carrying the same scale of pay with similar qualifications in one advertisement. This basically means that today MPSC has to conduct different exams and selection processes for different departments, and in the process what happens is it does take a lot of time, because sometimes you have the same similar qualifications, similar skills that are required, or in posts that are carrying similar scale. So instead of having 5-6 different exams for 5-6 different departments, the MPSC will club exams in one go, and those that are having the same scale of pay with similar qualifications the exams will be held together. This is being done in the interest of saving time and to avoid duplication. But of course, the respective departments post and the necessary reservation policy and the necessary the roster systems that need to be followed as per the cadre and the post in those particular departments will be followed as it is being followed right now. That will not change, but as I said, just the examination will be done together rather than having it separately.
On Tuesday, the Cabinet had approved the implementation of the Prisons Manual, which is targeted at improving the overall management of prisons in the long run.
We have also today adopted the implementation of the Prisons Manual. For the last 50 years, we have been using the Assam Manual, and for the last 2 years now, there has been a committee that has been working on creating a Prisons Manual for Meghalaya. This is basically, in a very simple terms, an SOP of how prisons should be managed and run, and this includes multiple aspects of management and running of prisons, including the living overall, staying, and the overall processes that have to be followed in different situations, including even overall welfare. So many other aspects are there, a large number of them. It's a large, almost 200 page manual, so it will not be possible for me to go into all of it, but it was long overdue, and we show that with this manual coming up, the overall management of the prisons will improve also in the long run.
One of the approvals taken during the Cabinet meeting on Tuesday is the proposal to amend the Meghalaya District Court's Ministerial Service Rules 2020 to increase the age limit from 27 to 32 years.
The Meghalaya District Court Ministerial Service Rules 2020. It's a very simple amendment that we had changed, and government had decided that to increase the age limit from 27 to 32, and subsequently the respective rules of the service rules of the Meghalaya District Court had to be amended to incorporate that change. So that was done today and was accepted by the Cabinet. We also had a proposal for the amendment of the Meghalaya Goods and Services Tax Act 2017. It's an ordinance, and basically this is being done as per the provisions or as per the decisions that were taken in the GST Council, and all states have been asked to make necessary amendments. These amendments are many, but the basic purpose of these amendments is to overall improve the compliance by different taxpayers, and with that purpose, large number of amendments in terms of compliance have been made, and that has been adopted today in terms of an ordinance, which of course will have to be presented in the next assembly session.
The Cabinet had also approved the amendment of the Meghalaya Goods and Services Tax Act 2017 as per the decisions of the GST Council, the ordinance of which will be presented in the Assembly.
We also had a proposal for the amendment of the Meghalaya Goods and Services Tax Act 2017. It's an ordinance, and basically this is being done as per the provisions or as per the decisions that were taken in the GST Council, and all states have been asked to make necessary amendments. These amendments are many, but the basic purpose of these amendments is to overall improve the compliance by different taxpayers, and with that purpose, large number of amendments in terms of compliance have been made, and that has been adopted today in terms of an ordinance, which of course will have to be presented in the next assembly session.
In its decision on Tuesday, the Cabinet had decided to regularize the services of government, LP and UP and non-government teachers appointed by the Administrator or Deputy Inspector of Schools post 1994 up to 2007.
As you're aware that when the state government had taken over the LP schools in 1993, large number of teachers had been shifted to government and they had become regular government employees. But in that process, almost close to 2,447 teachers were left out in terms of being regularized. This has happened for many reasons, and I don't want to go into details of that. But for all these years, these teachers have been receiving regular salary in terms of the scale. The selection process also through which they were selected, the process was followed properly, and in spite of the appointments given to them during that period, the actual regularization of their post was never done, which means that they were not getting pension and ACPS, they were not getting all this while. So now with this decision of the Cabinet today to regularize these 2,447 teachers, they will now be regularized, as I said, and they will be receiving, they'll be regularized, and accordingly they will receive the benefits that they're supposed to get as regular employees. And this has been a long pending demand of these 2,447 teachers, and I'm happy that we have been able to regularize them today.